The times they are a-changing in London. Kier Starmer is out and most likely Andy Burnham's going to be in. For bankers and traders in the city, there's a lot of trepidation. Burnham could be a hit, but early talk on who's going to be advising his economic policy has caused a lot of division. Find out why on the Coffee Run. This week's top story is, of course, Andy Burnham's impending arrival to 10 Downing Street. Kier Starmer stepped down from his position as Prime Minister on Monday, with Burnham all but certain to be the next Labour Party leader. Burnham took the long road to being Prime Minister after standing to be Labour leader multiple times already. He came up short to Ed Miliband and Jeremy Corbyn, so he left Parliament to be Manchester Mayor. Now, after building a brand as the anti-establishment pick for Labour, he's returned to lead the establishment. For people in finance, the big question is, what does this mean for the economy? The founder of one London hedge fund told us that Burnham has no credible economic programme beyond the fact that he's not Kier Starmer. The founder said UK politics has been a mess under Starmer and it will continue to be a mess under Burnham. Another hedge fund founder, meanwhile, said Burnham's economic success comes down to who he appoints to 11 Downing Street as Chancellor of the Exchequer. He said the role needs to go to someone with fiscal discipline like, in his opinion, Wes Streeting. The FT notes that Shabana Mahmood is another in this kind of mould who is perhaps more popular for the role. Perhaps the most likely candidate, though, is someone very different, former Labour Party head Ed Miliband. He and Burnham have a close political relationship, plus he's both capable and authoritative enough to survive in the role. His reputation, though, is left-leaning high spending, which of course means high borrowing. Financial markets won't like that if it comes to pass, but Miliband reportedly advised Burnham on committing to strict fiscal discipline, so maybe markets will grow fond of Miliband. Now, a pessimist might argue instead that Miliband's idea of fiscal discipline is different to that of the markets. Now, another left-leaning pick is Yvette Cooper. One banker who described herself as a closet lefty told us she wants Cooper for the role. She's got a similar profile to Miliband with a lot of experience, but the FT notes she has a reputation for indecisiveness. Luckily for Burnham and whoever he appoints as Chancellor, there are several Wall Street professionals set to advise them on policy. Some of these are more respected than others. One of the most recognisable is Jim O'Neill, former chief economist of Goldman Sachs. He's advising Burnham's government to be quote-unquote bolder and is encouraging reform of the UK's borrowing rules. There's also Richard Hughes, former chief of the Office of Budgetary Responsibility. He's currently an advisor at hedge fund Tower Capital, so will presumably be attuned to the desires of the buy side. Then there's Andy Burnham, whom one Bloomberg author described as one of the most original minds to come out of the Bank of England in years. All of these are relatively inoffensive picks, but there are unconfirmed rumours that Burnham will appoint former City trader Gary Stevenson as an economic advisor. He described himself as the best effing trader in the world before retiring aged 27. He's since built an online platform focused on taxing the wealthiest people in Britain. It's a noble pursuit, but there's some doubt over just how valid his policy suggestions are. For one, there's some doubt over just how good a trader Stevenson actually was. It's somewhat unlikely he was actually the best trader in the world. He wasn't bad, of course, and allegedly he earned a £420,000 bonus aged 24. There have, of course, been bigger bonuses for younger traders though. Revolut founder Nick Storonsky said he earned a bonus of over £500,000 in his first year working at Lehman Brothers. Stevenson is an Oxford-educated economist though, who advocates for more aggressive taxation on wealth, specifically an annual tax for people whose assets exceed £10 million. His opposition, though, would suggest high wealth taxes would drive out some of the UK's highest taxpayers, and alongside that, they'd be costly to implement. One ex-colleague of Stevenson told us that markets will worry about fiscal extremism and that if Burnham heeds too much of Stevenson's advice, the market would view Burnham's government as radical and extreme. Another colleague, though, said the aforementioned advisors might temper him. Another employee said, God help us if he's advising on policy. Mixed reactions, to say the least. Stevenson might have a fan among Burnham's Chancellor picks, though. Wes Streeting has advocated for progressive capitalism and for equalising capital gains and income. With all that said, some in finance believe there's not really going to be any profound change under Burnham. One trader told us we get a new Prime Minister every year pretty much, and that the problems with the nation are too entrenched for any new arrival to handle. One senior macro trader told us nobody has a credible plan to run the country. If they're right, you could be watching a very similar video to this 12 months from now.